What's up, Andy's leaders and all listeners? This is Travis, and I am so thankful you are here. Welcome back to the Custard Campus podcast. You know, the show where leadership, growth, and our world famous frozen custard come together. Hey, it's a new year, and I'm looking forward to this new season. First, this shout out goes to Chelsea and Jake at the Branson, Missouri location. They started out the new year with a full reset. Excellent communication with their team on 2026 expectations, line of communication, and overall, it was just fun to read their messages. So shout out to them. Great job. Stick around. We're going to dish out a clear playbook with some cheat codes on one of the simplest but most powerful tools you have as an AGM or a GM. It's the one-on-one meeting with your team. By the end of this episode, you'll know why one-on-ones matter and how to run them to build trust, set clear expectations, and create a high-performing crew culture. First, today's sponsor, Custard Campus, the place you can find what you're looking for. New to Custard Campus are classes. Many classes on a variety of topics are planned for 2026. Take your leadership game to the next level with Custard Campus classes. Custard Campus is here to change lives, yours, and our customers. Hey, thank you, Custard Campus, for your support. Now back to the podcast. All right. Now, you've heard us talk about the 3 C's: custard, crew, customer. You know, we live and breathe custard quality and legendary customer service. Today is all about our crew. When we invest in our crew through regular one-on-one conversations, everything gets better. The custard is at peak and customers leave happier. And overall, the store just runs smoother. Let's dive into why these little meetings can have such a huge impact. Well, first of all, they supercharge engagement and trust. Have you ever felt like your team is just kind of coming in, going through the motions? One-on-ones can flip all that. Studies show employees whose managers give them regular one-on-one attention are dramatically more engaged, up to 3 times more engaged than those who never get that time. Why? Because a standing weekly or bi-weekly chat signals, hey, my manager cares about me. Over time, these meetings build a foundation of trust. You're showing each crew member that their growth and ideas matter. As one HR expert put it, regular one-on-one meetings are an invaluable way to help build rapport and mutual trust between managers and employees. When trust is high, your crew is more likely to open up about issues, share ideas, and even admit mistakes. That honest dialogue, it's pure gold, people. It prevents problems from festering and helps you coach your team to be at their best. And that's what we're all wanting, right? One-on-ones are also our secret weapon for communication. We're always in a hustle in the daily whirlwind. Important details get lost. I know it. I've been a part of it. A one-on-one is a forum to make sure nothing is lost in translation. Everybody perceives things a little differently. So we've got to check in with people. You can confirm each person knows what's expected of them, from how to make the perfect concrete to handling a tough customer situation. You know, in fact, many companies redesigned their management routines around the idea of frequent check-ins. Even Deloitte, a huge worldwide company in business since 1845, with over 460,000 employees, now asks their team leaders to check in with each team member once a week to set expectations. They also review priorities and just give some quick feedback. If weekly check-ins at these big corporations work so well, you bet they can work in an Andy's shop. The takeaway? Use one-on-ones to make sure your crew and you are always on the same page. Clarity today prevents drama tomorrow. Hey, still on the fence? Let's look at another example. Quick business case from outside Andy's. Consider Adobe, a tech company. Most of you have probably heard of them. They're not a custard shop, I get it. But listen to what happened. Adobe realized their annual performance reviews weren't cutting it. So they replaced the old review system with frequent, informal, one-on-one check-ins. Meetings between managers and employees that are quick. The results were outstanding. Adobe saved roughly 80,000 hours of managers' time, no more paperwork, heavy review status, and saw a 30% drop in voluntary turnover. Yes, seriously, you heard that right. Their people were so much happier with regular feedback that fewer quit the company. That's what we want, right? We want longevity with our people. So let's check in with them. Imagine the impact in our world. Less turnover means more experienced crews sticking around, which means better team performance and less time spent hiring. None of us want to do that. I mean, hiring's great and all, but not all the time, right? That's a massive return on investment from simply having meaningful conversations that we could kind of do just anytime. The business world is catching on that one-on-ones boost engagement, retention, and performance. Hey, and we can too. One-on-ones might seem touchy-feely, but they're really a manager's cheat code for high performance. When you listen to your people, you learn on what fires them up or slows them down. When you recognize their good work regularly, they stay motivated and want to repeat that good work. And when you coach a little each week, you correct small issues before they become big ones. It's proactive leadership in 10-minute bites. Think of it like preventative maintenance on our machines, right? A short checkup keeps everything running smoothly, so you never have a major breakdown. In the same way, consistent one-on-ones keep your crew aligned, engaged, and improving. Fewer fires to put out equals more time to focus on crushing goals and creating custard memories for our customers, ultimately creating success for you. So how do you do this? You got the why. Hopefully you're bought in. Let's get practical. How do we actually do this in our Andy's context and do it well? The good news is you don't need to have an MBA or a ton of extra time. You just need to have a repeatable structure and the right mindset. I'm going to give you a simple one-on-one meeting playbook tailored to our Andy's crew and timing, plus some cheat codes to make it effective. First, schedule it and stick to it. We're developing habits in this new year, and this is a great one to make. Decide on a cadence that works for you and your team size, whatever's doable. Consistency matters more than the exact frequency. Pick a schedule and treat it like a frozen custard recipe. Don't mess with it. Cheat code. Never cancel a one-on-one unless it's an emergency. If something comes up, reschedule it, but don't drop it. Skipping sends the message that this isn't important. Keeping it regular shows your crew that these conversations are a top priority, which they are. I used to just jot down a meeting time when I was making the schedule. If they were on a shift, I made plan to talk to them while working. If I didn't work with them much, then I checked in with other leaders who could be doing it, or I made time to come in and check in on them. All right. Next, use a simple 5-part agenda for each one-on-one. I know that sounds like a lot. It's not. This keeps the meeting focused and meaningful, not awkward or all over the place. I always had these 5 things just written down in my playbook, and it was very simple just to go in for a quick, anywhere between 5, 7, 10 minute during prep time or, before a rush and make this work. Start by just breaking the ice and showing genuine interest. This is about them as a person. Ask a quick, caring question. How you doing this week? How's school or the family? Maybe celebrating something. Hey, I heard you nailed a big exam, or hey, congrats on the record-breaking drive time. Whatever that is, the goal is to relax and connect. This builds rapport and reminds your crew you see them as human beings. I didn't know much about band, but as a general manager, I got to learn a lot about band and what my team members were going through during the course of their practices and competitions. It's pretty cool. So again, bonus, knowing your people's lives, their interests, it's a cheat code of its own. It builds loyalty. Current work and priorities. This is your next step. Just transition into work. Let them lead this part. Ask them open-ended questions like, hey, what's been going well here? Or are there any challenges you're running into? Then just listen. First, just make sure you truly understand what they're saying. Show you're listening, nod, take notes, ask follow-ups. Tell me more. It's just simple. Or what do you think might help? See if they'll help out with the solution. And because you gave them the floor, they'll feel heard and valued. That's huge. Third, shift the focus to growth. This is where you ask about their aspirations to help them improve. What's next for them? What's next in life? And this is also your time to hear what they're planning for the future so you can make your plans for the business. But it gets them talking and makes them feel comfortable about what's going on. Keep track of these dreams. If somebody mentions that they'd love to train new hires, as we're coming into hiring season, that might be a surprise to you. But just by asking these questions allows you to know, hey, what are next steps? Pretty cool. Fourth, feedback. This is your time as a manager to share and invite feedback on yourselves. First, give them one piece of positive feedback or recognition. Aim to do this every single one-on-one and be specific. Specific praise shows you notice and it reinforces those good behaviors. Next, one thing to improve. Then during this feedback, and this is pro level, ask them for feedback on you. Something like, is there anything I can do differently to support you or make your job easier? The first time you ask, you might get silence or the, no, we're good. But if you ask consistently, you'll signal that you truly want to improve. This builds mutual respect. It takes humility, but trust me, it's a cheat code to building trust. Your crew will realize, wow, my manager isn't just about dishing it out. They're willing to take it too. Many great companies found that top managers listen more than they speak in one-on-ones, aiming for the employee to do 70-80% of the talking. So make sure you're not just monologuing. Use this section to exchange feedback openly and strengthen the coach-player relationship with each person on your team. All right, wrap it up. This didn't take long, right? Even us talking through it in examples. Finally, summarize any action items, who's doing what, and what priorities we have until we meet next. It's also your moment to reinforce expectations. Just make it positive. Thank them for their time and honesty and let them know that you're here for them. Something like, hey, I appreciate the great work you're doing, and I'm excited to see you keep growing here at Andy's. You can always come to me with anything. Let's go crush it today. Boom, right? The crew member walks away feeling valued, clear on what to do, and motivated to crush it. And you walk out with some insight into your team and the confidence that you're aligned. It's a win-win every time. Not sure what to ask? Here are a few go-to questions. Hey, what's one thing you're proud of since our last chat? Or what's the biggest challenge you're facing on the job right now? Is there anything we could do better as a store team? What's something new you'd like to learn or a skill that you want to work on? How can I support you better? Anything I should start or stop doing as a manager? Feel the difference in those questions? They're open-ended, positive, and growth-minded. Much better than generic, so how you doing? That usually leads nowhere. Mix and match these questions up and adapt for each person's style. All right. Make it easier, right? Use notes to track your one-on-ones. I would always transfer my notes that I was writing down on the line if we were just talking to a free OneNote program in my computer or tablet, and just kind of jot them down for each person. What was discussed, what comments were made, just keeps you organized for the next time you meet. Because next time when you do meet them and you show up and ask questions about what you talked about before, again, just continues to build trust that you're listening and you're there for them. That consistency is how you build massive trust and drive improvement. And never make it a status meeting. We've got enough of those, right? We've got our go meetings and shift notes. This is a one-on-one. No reason to just be listing off KPIs. If you find yourself talking 90% of the time and you're just discussing inventory counts or scheduling, pause and recalibrate. The real power of one-on-one is the human connection and development, the stuff that doesn't fit on any shift report. Keep the conversation focused on them, and you'll unlock insights and improvements that no spreadsheet can give you. Here at Andy's, one-on-ones fit our culture like a glove. We care about our crew, and when we invest in them, they deliver incredible customer service and custard quality. It's the 3 C's in action. Full circle right there. All right, here we go. New year, new season for the podcast. Episodes will now drop every 2 weeks, and opposite of the custard rally, because we'll be focusing on those awesome custard rally initiatives. My goal is that you learn something today and that you use it to get closer to making your dreams come true. I'm here to serve everyone, not to change anything, just support great leadership and decision making. Keep engaging and share the content. Hey, that's it for today, but I'm here if you need something. Email me, call me, whatever. I'm here. So here we go. Leadership is portion control for chaos. The right amount at the right time, every time. Go win the day.